back.
Today we're going to be doing a section in a box. If you have the this book, it's right here. It's called Translation Stage Number 3, and it says in parentheses, skip if you're in stage 1. So skip in stage 1. So we're going to talk about how are you going to take these ideas that we've been talking about, curious play and play to win, and how are you going to translate them in your own words and integrate them into your guidebook. And so this is really fun, because we want you to put a reminder in your guidebook to remind you about curious play and come up with a symbol or something fun that represents digital or written curious play for you. So if you've changed the word to be something else, then write that word or use a symbol to represent that for you. And then talking about start with happy is if you're approaching like it's all a game instead of it's hard work, then you'll access these energy stores, energy reserves that we've been talking about. You'll just access energy. It's your energy. You can access it. You just have to go about it in the way that gives you free reign.
And once again, since this is translation stage, Stacy's using words that mean going into that mode for her.
Yeah.
I know people who the word that they go into for this is the mode where I have all the energy and where I have the focus and where I feel free, they call it something like progress. I'm making progress.
Yeah.
So whatever your equivalent of what she's describing, that's what we're talking about.
And some people, even the way their word work means this to them. Sometimes when you say I'm working hard, instead of the drudgery, pushing yourself, kind of working hard for them, when you say working hard, it means this. It means flying.
Like,
it means,
yeah, I'm getting so much done. I feel awesome.
Yeah.
So that's why the translation
Yes.
stage is a stage, because you have to put it into. We have these words that it's easy to think that everyone has the same meaning in their head when we say this word. And we don't. Everyone's meaning is entirely unique to them, and it changes all the time. So whatever your current meaning that represents this idea as you've understood it, pick the word that matches that, and that's what you're trying to remind yourself. This is the goal now, is to approach this whole transformation process in that mode.
Yes, and we can't emphasize enough how valuable any time that you spend in this is. Any time that you spend really looking at the concepts and saying, okay, I think this is what they're trying to say. What is my experience with this? And then come up with your own way of saying it. Make it completely your own idea. Even if you don't even have any of our words, just make it so clear in your mind what you think it is. And what's so cool is what's going to happen is you're going to be going along and the new concepts will build on the past ones. So they're all integrated. And so as you keep going, the other ones are going to make more sense. So like play to win and bring curious play, it's going to make more sense. And so you'll add to your definitions. So it's really fun. You'll go forward and backward in your guidebook and just like retranslate things as you go, because that's the way to make it lasting. That's the way to actually get the change. Otherwise, they're just pretty ideas that you can just let go of and they'll just float away. You want the idea to actually change, like have lasting impact. And it really will have lasting impact if you translate it into your own words. And then as we go forward into stage 3 where you apply it, it will have maximum impact. Yeah. So so even saying the path of hard work, translate that. So what if the path of hard work doesn't represent pain point pressure? What if it doesn't represent this buckle down, serious kind of willpower? What if it doesn't mean that for you? So you actually need to translate hard work as well. So making it hard, what does that mean? Can you see what's going on? Like imagine what's going on in the brain where the brain has access to the energy and what it feels like, and then be like, what's that like? What's a word for me? What is that like? And then when I don't have that, when it's shut down and I don't have the energy and I feel like I have to push past a barrier to get something done, what is that? What does that feel like for you? So come up with a word for that.
A good example of that is test anxiety. someone who knew the information until they sat down in the test and they felt like, oh, it matters now, and then that test anxiety shuts their brain down. Like, that's a perfect example of what you don't want to do when you approach these principles.
You know what? This kind of happens. This kind of happens to me in the book group when he asks me a question and he gets really serious, and I'm like,
I have that serious face. When I concentrate, for some reason, I put on this face that gets easily interpreted as serious, like.
And I know better. I do. It's just, if you ever see him ask me a question and I don't know the answer, it's not because I don't know the answer.
It's like,
Is this a hard question?
Is this a hard question?
So even I have areas to improve.
Everyone does, right?
And I
Everyone
always
does.
will.
Yeah, and that's why you're here, because you know you have areas that you can improve, and you're looking for ways to do that. And we hope in this group you will find some.
Yes, yes. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you for being here.
Bye.
Bye.